Hello viewers, welcome back to the series Bhaskar's Insurance for You and Me. Taking our discussion on motor insurance forward, today we will discuss about the personal accident covers available under motor insurance policies. We have had detailed discussions in our earlier episodes about the individual personal accident policies which provide cover against personal accident related injuries. Different types of covers available, various policy conditions, etc. were discussed in those videos. There are few personal accident covers available under motor insurance policies also, with benefits somewhat similar to the individual personal accident covers. We will discuss them in detail today. One such personal accident cover is a compulsory personal accident for owner driver, which is simply known as CPA cover. This cover is available as an additional section under both liability only policies and package or comprehensive motor policies. What are liability only policies and what are package policies we have discussed in our earlier episodes. The cover is available under motor insurance policies issued to any type of motor vehicle, that is a private car or two-wheeler or commercial vehicle. This section, it covers the owner driver. It provides benefits against personal accident and it is compulsory. When we say that this cover is for owner driver, what we mean is that the cover provided under this compulsory PA is for covering owner driver only. The term owner driver means the registered owner of the insured vehicle who is holding an effective driving license. So the CPA cover provides personal accident cover to the registered owner of the motor vehicle who is holding an effective driving license. We have seen that the individual personal accident policies offer compensation for different contingencies resulting from accidents, like contingencies like death, permanent total disability, permanent partial disabilities, temporary total disabilities, medical expenses, broken bones, etc. However, in case of the compulsory personal accident cover under motor policies, the benefits covered are limited and they are limited to death and permanent disability only. It covers the death where compensation payable is 100% of the sum insured. It covers loss of two limbs or loss of sight of two eyes or loss of one limb and loss of sight of one eye, where again compensation payable is 100% of the sum insured. The third benefit is loss of one limb or loss of sight of one eye, where compensation payable is 50% of the sum insured. And lastly, the permanent total disablement from injuries other than what is listed, in which case the compensation payable is 100% of the sum insured. So under the personal accident cover for owner driver provided as part of motor policy, the cover is limited to death and permanent disabilities, unlike the wider cover under individual personal accident policies. The next aspect of the cover is what are the contingencies covered. The cover provides for compensation for permanent disabilities listed and death sustained by the owner driver of the vehicle. And it should be sustained in direct connection with the vehicle insured or while driving or mounting into or dismounting from the vehicle insured or while traveling in it as a co-driver, and it should have been caused by violent, accidental, external and visible means. The injury should be independent of any other cause and that shall within 6 calendar months of such injury result in death or permanent disability to the owner driver. So the important aspect to be noted is that the cover is valid only when the injury results from an accident in direct connection with the insured vehicle. When the insured owner is a driver or co-driver or is mounting into the vehicle or dismounting from the vehicle. Also, the contingency of death or permanent disability must result within 6 months from the date of such accident or such injury. In comparison, the cover under individual personal accident policy is valid against all accidents, not only the vehicle related accidents. Also, under the individual personal accident, the maximum time period allowed between the injury and occurrence of death or disability, that is, between the injury and the date by which it results in the death or disability, is generally 12 months or longer. And further, it is compulsory for the registered owner of the motor vehicle to take this CPA insurance for a minimum sum insured of rupees 15 lakhs. Hence, it is referred as compulsory PA cover. However, there are certain circumstances wherein the registered owner of the vehicle may not opt for this CPA under the specific motor policy. Now, what are those circumstances? We will discuss them now. One is where the insurers offer a separate compulsory PA cover for the owner driver under a separate standalone policy, where the compulsory PA cover only is provided without any basic vehicle insurance. These policies are referred as standalone compulsory personal accident cover policies. If the insured has taken such standalone CPA, he or she need not opt for CPA cover under the specific motor insurance policy. So the relevant section of CPA in the motor policy can be deleted in those cases. It is the option for the vehicle owner to choose either to go with standalone CPA policy or opt for CPA under the motor's liability policy or comprehensive policy. This provision actually comes handy to the insured, where insured is owning more than one motor vehicle. So the cover under the standalone CPA policy is valid while the insured is driving any of the vehicle owned by him or her. The other circumstance where the insured can opt out of CPA cover is in cases where the vehicle owner is having a separate individual personal accident policy which covers both accidental death and accidental permanent disablements, and which is having a sum insured of rupees 15 lakhs or above. So in that case, there is no need for the vehicle owner to opt for the CPA under motor policy. Also, in case the vehicle is owned by a company or a partnership firm or a similar body corporate, the insurance policies for such vehicles need not cover the compulsory PA because the insured is not an individual here. The one more circumstances is in case the owner of the vehicle is not in possession of effective driving license. The CPA cover cannot be provided under the motor policy in such case. The CPA cover of the motor policy is also subject to exclusions. No compensation is payable under the CPA cover in respect of death or bodily injury caused by intentional self-injury, suicide or attempted suicide, physical defect or infirmity, or any accident happening while such person is under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs. We can find similar exclusions in individual personal accident policies also. Now we will discuss the personal accident covers available for other than the owner driver. Besides the compulsory PA cover available for covering the owner driver, there are certain other sections under motor policies providing personal accident cover for other persons related with motor vehicle travel. For one such cover is PA cover for named persons. Under this cover is available for private cars and two-wheeler policies. The PA cover can be taken to cover insured himself or any other named person, and it does not cover paid driver or cleaner. This cover is useful for the owner in case where the owner is not eligible for the owner driver compulsory PA cover due to absence of effective driving license. So the next such cover is PA cover for unnamed persons. The earlier one we discussed was for named persons. This is for unnamed persons. Under this, the cover is available for private car and two-wheeler policies, and the cover can be taken to provide coverage for unnamed passengers. The maximum number of persons to be covered under this particular section is equal to the carrying capacity of the vehicle. And this also does not cover paid driver or cleaner, and this cover is useful for covering the occupants of the car or two-wheeler. The third category of personal accident cover is PA cover for unnamed hirer or driver, available for motor two-wheelers used for hire or reward. So here the PA cover can be taken for covering the unnamed hirer or unnamed pillion passengers. The next cover is in respect of the paid driver, cleaner and conductors, where the PA cover is available for policies covering all types of motor policies, that is private cars, two-wheelers and commercial vehicles. And the personal accident cover is provided for the paid drivers, cleaners and conductors. All these personal accident covers which we discussed for other than owner drivers, they are optional for the insured to cover. Insured may choose to either opt for it or not opt for these covers. The sum insured for these covers are to be chosen based on the different sum insured options available for the respective product, and the additional premium is chargeable. The cover available is same as what was discussed under CPA, that is compulsory personal accident for owner driver cover. Just to recall the cover, this 100% sum insured is paid as compensation in case of the accident resulting in the death or loss of two limbs or loss of sight of two eyes or loss of one limb and loss of sight of one eye or any other permanent total disablement. Similarly, a 50% sum insured is paid as compensation in case of loss of one limb or loss of sight of one eye. Now, for more clarity on these personal accident covers which we discussed, we will examine few frequently asked questions related to this cover. The first question is, if a person is eligible for personal accident claim under the motor policy by virtue of getting covered as either as unnamed passenger or owner driver or driver, and he is also eligible for a claim under a separate individual personal accident policy, which policy shall pay the claim? The answer is both the policies shall pay the claim. As we have learnt in our earlier episodes, the personal accident policies are benefit policies, and hence if there are multiple policies covering the given accidental death or injury, even if the coverage is under different types of policies, the insured is eligible for getting claim under all such policies. The next question is, a motor policy provides for covering legal liability to paid driver. It also offers an option to cover paid driver for personal accident. If an insured opts for both these covers for his paid driver, that is legal liability for paid driver and also personal accident cover for the driver, and that driver meets with accidental death, how is the compensation or claim amount decided? In this case, the claim payment will have two components. The legal liability cover under the motor insurance policy provides for compensation to the driver under Workmen Compensation Act and other laws. The amount of compensation payable under this is decided as per the Workmen Compensation Act by the Commissioner. The second part is the personal accident cover is a benefit cover, and the claim amount is decided based on the sum insured opted under PA cover for paid driver. So both the benefits, the one under the legal liability for the paid driver, the other benefit under the personal accident for the paid driver, both the benefits shall become payable in such circumstance. The third question is, the motor policies provide for third-party liability, where third-party compensation is decided as per legal liability before motor accident claims tribunals. Is the same procedure to be followed for personal accident claims also? The answer is no. The personal accident covers either under a CPA for owner driver or named passenger cover or unnamed passenger cover or PA for driver. They are all not legal liabilities. These are benefit-based covers. So there is no need to approach the MACT or any court for that. The claims for personal accident benefit under motor policies are decided by the insurer based on the opted and applicable sum insured and based on the documents submitted by the claimant. So in our last three videos, including the current one, we have discussed the three main covers under motor insurance policies. That is third-party liability cover for third-party injury or damages, own damage cover for the insured vehicle, and personal accident cover for insured and other occupants of the vehicles in detail. We will meet again in the next episode with few more important aspects about the motor insurance. Till then, bye from Bhaskar.